Peace family, Conjure Queen here, and I just had an epiphany and I gotta share it with the family, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. So I'm gonna read this passage from Shakespeare. It comes from the play Hamlet. It says, "This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou cannot then be false to any man." And that's the end of the quote. Now, what's interesting is I've been looking more into astrology. Like, I've always been into astrology, and what I noticed is that through reading mythology, through understanding quotes like I just quoted from Shakespeare, it tells us consistently through all these different metaphysical, spiritual, and scientific texts, it says, be true to thyself, be true to thyself. So what I can gather from this is that when we're not being true to our true purpose, when we're not being our true authentic selves, we feel the wrath of God. Like, we feel that destructive energy coming in to break down that false ego, to have that tower moment, to make us shed the layers that are not real to us, but these are just a shell or a facade or a mask that we have learned to cultivate in order to survive in this matrix, in this society, in these stigmas, because it's not really who you are. And so, you know, what I've come to understand is the only way that we can truly understand ourselves, and for people who need clarity, people that's like, yo, what's my purpose? Why am I here? What is my calling? If I can say that there's a book to understand life and understand yourself, because they say, you know, we don't come into this world with instructions. Yes, the hell we do. Our ancestors gave us instructions all around, but we have to learn how to tap in. We got to understand that those who are in power right now, who won't be in power for much longer, they've been intentionally withholding this precious information from you, because they know that once you know self, which is the freaking word that's put over in Egypt and all of the mystery school systems above the pyramids, above the temples, it says, man, know thyself. That's the first rule they tell you in all metaphysics and all of these spiritual mystery school systems. They tell you, you got to know yourself before you even enter through these doors. If you don't know who you are, you're not even ready to study magic. You're not even ready to know and understand healing modalities. You're not even ready to take that oath to heal others and to heal the world. This whole entire design, you got to know yourself, because there is only us, there is only you, there is only the one, and we are all just droplets. Imagine the universe, the cosmos, everything being a giant sea. Each one of us are just little droplets in a big ass ocean. Understand that. And we all come from the same source. So we got to understand that we're just reflections of each other, and that this is just an illusion of us experiencing this ego or individualism. But the truth of the matter is, suffering ends once you realize, like, yo, if I know myself, then I can know the next person. Have you ever noticed that, like, when you are just authentically you, that your energy makes people around you uncomfortable? What's happening is that your truth is disturbing the facade that they have. When you are true to yourself and you're living in your truth, people's lies cannot last around you. They crumble and fall. Just like the Tower movement. They can't keep that mask up. They can't keep that facade going, because your energy, your truth is shining so much light on their darkness that they have no choice but to reveal who they really are. Higher truths, higher understanding. Some truths might be revealed about you. Some truths about who you are may be revealed, about your family secrets, about, you know, where you come from. It could be truths about in a relationship. You think you know somebody, but sometimes you don't really know a person. And, you know, we're always growing. We're always consistently shifting and morphing. But now it's time to really get to know the new you, because those lunar eclipses and the solar eclipses that we just passed, all of that was shedding the layers that don't belong to us anymore. So now what's going to start happening is that we have to prepare ourselves for the truth. We always hear that saying, like, you sure you want the truth? You're not ready for the truth. The truth hurts. And you know what? People like lies. People like what feels good. People like that sugary syrup to make them feel good. But we know that the real medicine is that those bitter herbs that taste disgusting, but it'll have you feeling just right. When you study astrology, you start to understand who you really are, and you stop being constricted into this box that doesn't serve you. The problem that a lot of people have, and I've noticed, is that when you're not being true to thyself, to thine own self be true, when you're going against universal principle that applies to everybody, you have to be truthful. You have to be who you are, unless you are false, you are fake. And the universe, the earth right now, is getting rid of everything that is not real, that is not authentic. Anything built on lies is being destroyed. And think about it, some of us are living a lie and we may not even know it. Let me give you an example. Sometimes you could be unknowingly really living a lie because you've been doing it for so long. You've been living for your parents. You've been studying in school, studying a certain subject because your parents wanted you to do it. You graduated, you went to college, got these doctorates, got all of these degrees to make your family happy. Now you finally in that job or whatever your family wanted you to do, but you know that it's something in your soul that's saying, like, why do I still feel incomplete? Why does it feel like something's still missing? Why do I feel like, I'm living a different life? I'm living a life that doesn't belong to me. And so we see it, majority of the population is living a lifestyle that does not suit them, because either they're trying to impress others instead of really just being true to thyself. Be true to thyself. And social media is also poison because people are consistently comparing themselves to everybody else. Just because this person is living fancy and they got all of this expensive clothing and all of this other stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean that that lifestyle is for you. You don't know how they got that. You don't even know if that's theirs. Everything isn't what it seems. Understand too that your truth will shine the light for others. This is why children are so loved. This is why they're so innocent. Like, children will really tell you how they feel. Children are very honest. They are true to themselves. Like, when we're kids, we know who we are. And for those of us who are spiritualists, who are healers, shamans, who have the gift to see beyond the light, you understand that spirit called us to this path. It's a lot of fugazi people out here, but you have to use your discernment. And for the people that get tricked and fooled, it's because your discernment is not up to par. You don't really know yourself, because when you know yourself, you can't be tricked. Your intuition is on point. I trust my intuition. I don't need concrete proof. Whatever this feeling that I'm having, I trust it. I know myself. Myself knows that there's something that's about this interaction, about this situation, about this person or whatever, that is not resonating with my spirit. I gotta remove myself immediately. You gotta have that level of confidence, because the most attractive feature ever is confidence. Confidence is when you believe in yourself. It's when you know yourself. You're like, this is who I am. This is how I'm representing myself to be. I am that I am. It's a certain level of power. That's why there's some people that could walk into a room and they just exude this energy of power, of confidence, of fire, like the sun. They like, yo, I know myself. I'm here. They don't shrink themselves. They are not afraid to take up space in a room. Listen, if you are new to astrology, even if you've been studying astrology for a very long time, studying astrology, learning about yourself, I would recommend that you look up astrology videos or learn or read astrology blogs. When you came into this life, the stars were aligned a certain way, and based upon how the heavens or the gods or the spheres, the planets were aligned, it says a lot about your personality, your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your fears, your desires, pretty much everything that makes you who you are. And this is the instruction in life that God or spirit gave you. It's the stars. It's saying, yo, look to the stars and they'll tell you where to go. They will guide you when you are lost. So we need to go within and look at the stars, look at our inner stars. We are a star. Now, let's say that you have a Venus in Cancer and you're really a lovey-dovey like person, like you're a real idealistic love bird. That's what you are. If you live in a society that forces you to suppress your feelings, to act cold, it's going against your true self, because now you're portraying a mask in order to not wear your heart on your sleeves, knowing that that's how you really love. And then you'll ask yourself, you know what? Imagine if people really loved fully in the beginning instead of holding back. Imagine if people just put their best foot forward and they didn't feel the need to be like, oh, I don't need to have feelings. Oh, I don't need to be cold. Imagine you would really expose people for who they really are, because you're being your genuine true self instead of holding back. Because when you hold back in the beginning, like we're taught to, you're also giving the other person pass to hold back on who they really are, because people can feel when you're holding back. And when you feel somebody holding back, what do? You naturally hold back. But when somebody is open with love and they're like, yo, this is who I am, like I'm just open, I'm free, like take me as I am, like it's a refreshing feeling. That's why we love children, because they are who they are. You gotta start being true to yourself. You gotta stop hiding who you really are. Like, you gotta love fully, live fully, and just be authentically yourself. But anyway, if you want to learn how to tap into your ancestors, spirit guides, and learn how to channel and get these divine messages that you can't get anywhere else, I do have classes. Check it out in my link. I'll drop it below. It's also in my bio. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit that bell. And yeah, drop your comments, guys. Let me know, like, do you also feel that when you are truthful to yourself that it also disturbs the energy around you? What do you notice when you're just honest with yourself, when you're living in your truth? What have you learned studying your astrological natal chart? Like, what have you discovered about you? Be true to yourself, to thine own self. be true. Ashe, family. Until next time, peace.